Yud is a singularity, a super condensed dot. If someone were to take a paintbrush and just dab it on a piece of paper, that is Yud. In Rav Kook's system, Yud gathers everything that has come before and turns it into a kind of ink. Because it is a point that contains so much, it has a strange paradoxical essence. Like the initial superparticle right before the Big Bang, it contains everything, and it is the source of everything to come. Imagine if all the previous letters, the first nine, were gathered into this 10th, the first double-digit letter, and that became like ink comprised of many different sources that was going to be used subsequently to paint and to draw and to create everything that came next. Distill what you have gathered into the essence of what comes next. Kaf represents the essence of technique. Kaf is the 11th letter, and we're well into the double digits at this point. The first nine letters can be compared to the most subtle realm. And after the 10th, the ink is created. The 11th is all about craft. Craft and inspiration come together. Craft ideally does not limit and constrain as much as it allows the inspiration to come into concrete form. Kaf means palm, and just like the hand, it can take seemingly endless shapes. So it remains open on one side to all that can become, not constraining, but allowing life to emerge into more concrete form. Lamed is all about learning. The understanding is that there's only so much we can actually learn from just ourselves. At some point, listening to others or to outside sources is exactly what we're needing. So Lamed, as you can see, it's actually the tallest letter, and it is rooted in the ground, but it is extending up really high, reaching beyond. This shape can be understood, in fact, as the top portion pulling the bottom portion up, but it's not disconnected. Lamed is the quality of listening and learning and reaching, but not to transcend. It's actually about being a bridge. So listening and learning in order to elevate ourselves, but for the sake of the return, for the sake of the overall growth and the being a benefit to ourselves and everyone else around us. Mem is a letter of mixture and combining and integrating. It is the stage at which all of these separate parts have manifested, have been refined, have learned and have grown, but there's a lesson about coherence and being together that Mem brings us. So we can imagine that the top of this is like an entrance into a mixing pot or a chamber in which this side, the Vav, is seen. Vav represents a transmission of higher light, but also a unification, working together as one. Mem teaches us the lesson of getting over ourselves and allowing us to be part of a larger whole. The bottom here is where the channel departs, not as separate rivulets, but as a single coursing river, moving together towards a shared goal. Nun represents the essence of life. After the synthesizing of all of the different parts in Mem, Nun shows that the synthesis itself is generative. Coming together toward a shared purpose creates a context in which life can emerge. The Nun, we can see, is comprised of a Zayin and part of a Kaf. Zayin represents a kind of independent identity that wants to push forward. There's a kind of struggle implied. And the part of the Kaf being associated with technique and skill, but also with action and embodiment. So part of a Kaf, this is new life. Life as it's coming into being. From the context of the whole and the integration arises something which, in order to thrive, needs to struggle, needs to push forward. It's a kind of anti-fragile teaching. Nun is new life. Samekh is supportive limitation. It is a circular letter, and we can imagine that the two previous letters. We have Mem, this surge of a united river, and Nun, the life. Nuna literally means fish, the life which emerges from that context, but it's a new life. Samekh surrounds, and by offering a boundary is supportive. It provides the right framework through which new life can safely emerge into fullness. Samekh is the boundary that allows space for life to flourish. Ayin is clear seeing. When the blurry edges are cleared away, what is true naturally shows itself and emerges. Mem creates a gushing stream of integrated force. Nun, new life arises from that. Samekh surrounds and protects that life. And as that new life begins to develop and to form in its own uniqueness, it shines in a particular light. The quality of Ayin arises when there's something to be seen and to be witnessed for what it is. On the right-hand side is a Vav, representing a flow of light and a unity. And on the left-hand side is a Zayin. Zayin has the function of clearing away what obscures, and Vav has the capacity of enhancing what is truly there. They're connected at their base, implying that this is a more practical pursuit. There is something emerging and developing here. And Ayin is the capacity of clear seeing that naturally arises when all the distractions are sifted away. Pei speaks. It is the essence of articulation of speech itself. In this double-digit section of the Hebrew letters, we've seen a lot of the essence of different qualities emerge. We have the essence of craft, the essence of vision, the essence of life, the essence of speech. Pei literally means mouth. It looks kind of like a person who's speaking. And the essential quality of this kind of speech is a sense of overflowing. It is when there is something inside of us that is filled up and there's a yearning that develops to speak it out loud. It's not impulsive speech. It's not verbosity and speaking too much. It is a yearning to take what is deep inside of us and bring it into the world in a way in which it can be properly received. Tzadi is everything in its right place. The word tzadi is often called tzaddik because of the next letter that follows, which is a kuf, tzaddik, kuf, resh. And that root is related to the word for justice, which is tzedek. Justice, in Rav Kook's understanding, is about everything in its right place. Everything has a place in this world. And when we find it, we are connecting with the energy of tzadi. Tzadi could be seen to be composed of a zayin and a nun. Zayin is an energy of struggle. It literally means weaponry. But here it is combined with a nun, which is the letter for life. Could we imagine a situation in which everything finds its right place so that the impulses within us for struggle or for fighting are not against life, but in support of it? Tzadi itself represents this notion, this hope that everything can truly be in its right place. We don't need to discard any part of us or any part of the world. We have to find the right place for it. So tzadi is that kind of hope and order called tzedek, or righteousness.